Yes. We meet here same time, so that we can discuss some of the top stories. Impeachment of the deputy president, that is Rigathi Gachagua, was tabled today. The motion in the parliament, and I saw a lot of members of parliament in that meeting. And of course, Kenyans are asking, why do they want to impeach Gachagua? Do you really support this motion? So if you are supporting this motion, you can tell us, why do you think this one is happening in this country, Kenya? Because a lot of things are happening, and if they want to go, other Kenyans are saying that they should go, all of them. Gachagua together with his boss. Do you think that Ruto is revenging to his running mate? And do you think that it is good to allow your running mate go all through this? Remember, this is a Freak 24. You can join us through the comment section there, and we can have a very successful conversation. Join us through the comment section there and tell us where you're following the conversation from. And do you really support the impeachment of Gachagua, the honest man from the village? 291 members of parliament voted for yes for the impeachment of Gachagua. Also, there is a surprise there because Sabina Chege is one of them, and people were asking, why do she supported impeachment of Gachagua. Others are saying that Gachagua should not go home. If they're going, they should go, all of them. The honest man is under siege. The honest man is under siege. You can join us through the comment section there and tell us where you're following the conversation from. And do you really support the impeachment of Gachagua? He had spoken earlier, say that they are trying to impeach him because of his honesty.
Kenya. Na ni mambo ilijitokeza kwa sababu ya hasira ya wananchi. Hata nyinyi mnaishi hapa na wananchi mnajua ni kitu ilikuwa spontaneous. Lakini wale ambaye wanataka kunipiga wananitafutia makosa kubwa ile tataka watu wanichukie. Hasa hiyo ilikuwa nalenga watu ya Rift Valley. Watu ya Rift Valley kwa sababu wananipenda raia ya kawaida. Walikuwa nauliza kwa nini Rigiji anahangaishwa na kupigwa na alitusaidia. Na ni muungwana, ni mtu mzuri. Sasa lazima kungetafutwa kitu ya kuumiza hao roho ya kwamba ati mimi na ofisi yangu tulishiriki katika maneno ya hiyo migomo. Mimi ni naibu wa rais. Ninawezaje kupinga ile serikali ambayo niko ndani yake? Number 2, wapi ushahidi? Sasa tulikuwa kabla hatujachaguliwa tulikuwa na hiyo tabia. Na hiyo ndio shida ilikuwa na akina Bwana Kinoti. Mambo ya kuwekelea watu makesi ya uongo kwa sababu ya siasa. Mimi na rais tukaahidi wa Kenya ya kwamba tukichaguliwa hatutarudia tena kutumia vitengo vya upelelezi kueneza siasa. Mimi mwenyewe nilifunguliwa mashtaka ya uongo nikiwa mbunge wa Madera, na ilikuja kuondolewa saa ile tumeingia, wakaenda kotini wenyewe wakaswea affidavit kusema hakukuwa na ushahidi, ilikuwa ni mambo ya kusindikishwa, wanifungulia mashtaka ya uongo. Kuna watu wamekuwa wakijaribu kuhujumu maofisa karibu na mimi ndio wanipake mimi matope. Kama watu ya Gen Z ni wa Rigathi Gachagua, mimi ni mwanasiasa ako na umaarufu sana. Hakuna mwanasiasa yeyote Kenya angetaka Gen Z kuwe nyuma yake. Kama wanataka kunipea Gen Z kuwe ni yangu, nimekubali. Gen Z is a big force. Ukiwa na Gen Z utakuwa rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya asubuhi. Lakini ukweli ni kwamba na kila mtu anajua, hata ukiuliza wananchi, ile hasira ilikuwa na Wakenya ya finance bill. Nilisema nikiwa Mombasa, nilitoa taarifa nikasema bona hatukusikiza Wakenya vile wanasema. Lakini mimi nimefurahi sana kwa sababu mahakama yetu ya Kenya ni huru. Hao watu yangu walikuwa wanataka kushikwa Friday, waangaishwe, wateswe bila makosa yoyote ndio wapake mimi matope. Mahakama kuu ilisema bana, leteni kwanza hapa ushahidi kabla hamjashika hii watu, kabla hamunda shitaki hawa. Kwa sababu rais wa Kenya alisema wenye kupanga hii maneno ni watu ya Fund Foundation. Fund Foundation inakuwaga Amerika. Ofisi ya Rigathi Gachagua iko pale Karen. Sasa mimi nauliza, watu yangu wanafanya kwa Fund Foundation. Rais ndio mwenye kusema, ndio wako na ushawishi mkubwa katika Jamhuri ya Kenya, na kile ametamuka kila mtu anaamini iko namna hiyo. Rais mwenyewe alisema, si mko na hiyo habari? ya kwamba wenye kupanga hii maneno ni watu ya Ford Foundation. Sasa wafanyikazi wa ofisi yangu wanafanya Ford Foundation, na ndio mahakama kuu ikasema hapana, hapa iko dosari. Kabla hujashika hii watu usiwashike, washtaki, leta ushahidi hapa, mahakama kuu iangalie kama iko ushahidi ya kutosha, wapelekwe kotini. Na mimi nakwambia hakuna ushahidi iko. Hao ni watu ya ofisi yangu wananisaidia. Watahusikaje kwa mambo ya maandamano? Tena maandamano katika county 35 itapangwa na watu 35 counties katika Jamhuri ya Kenya. Na niulize maidara ya upelelezi, hii maneno yote ikipangwa katika 35 counties walikuwa wapi? Nafikiri ni mzuri tuheshimu Wakenya. Wakenya ni watu werevu, na tukifanya vitu zingine tuheshimu Wakenya. Tusionyeshe Wakenya madharau. Wakenya ni watu werevu, hakuna kitu hawajui. Uliza hao majenzi, uliza wazazi wao. Walikuwa kila mtu natoka nyumbani anapewa maji, anapewa fare. Hii ni kitu ilikuwa spontaneous ya kila mtu, na ndio rais alisema okay.
That is Gachagua trying to explain on what is happening. Some of the people are saying that he sponsored the demonstrations that were happening in this country. Others are saying that he is the one who is responsible. But he has explained that his only workers in the office are trying to help him do the job, but not sponsor the ongoing demonstrations that were happening during those times when the Gen Z were back on the street. And he is saying that he cannot just plan demonstration for all the counties in the country Kenya. And it's also trying to question the DCI. What was the DCI doing? So that is Gachagua trying to explain. And earlier today, I was very shocked to see more than all the MPs were present. That is a question that I'm just asking from my hand. Why do they come during the impeachment of Gachagua? And some of the time you just see the parliament being so empty. I can see Gachagua saying that phone, and then Ruto goes for handshakes with them. That is Gachagua, and of course, Gachagua do support the impeachment of Gachagua. Do you want the honest man to go? Personally, from my point of view, I would not accept the honest man to go, because I really enjoy his speaking, and his honesty is on a high level. Even the tone, the way he speaks, then you can know that this is a very honest man. That is the Right Honorable Rigathi Gachagua. Today, 291 MPs. Hey, things are going to be tough. And of course, Morara Kebaso was released with a fine or bill of 50,000, of course. And the Gen Z were really happy. That is where they marched from Milimani Law Courts to the Nairobi CBD. But later, the police tear gassed him, while a lot of followers were accompanying him to the Nairobi CBD. This man is only 28 years, 29 years old, but he has that energy to even trigger the Gen Z and a lot of people to follow him. So it's like 2027, this man is going to be on the ballot, and I'm very sure he's going to compete with William Samoei Ruto, that is Morara Kebaso, and the opposition leaders were there, the likes of Martha Karua, Eugene, and Kalonzo Musyoka still trying to support his release. The Gen Z were saying that if at any point Morara Kebaso is not going to be released, then they are going to deal with the government. Things are not in the right order in this country. I have seen what is happening in the Twitter space. People are saying that the government should do a lot of things in this country so that they can make sure Kenyans are safe. If you go to any Kenyans, then he will tell you that the country is not in the safe hands. Moses Wetangula, and of course, he's the Speaker of the National Assembly. Earlier, when he was speaking, it's like he really supported the impeachment of the Right Honorable Rigathi Gachagua. Let's listen to what he had to say, that is Rigathi Gachagua.
Na lazima tukitembea tujue there must be space for everybody. There's always a better tomorrow. Wakati wananchi wanalumbana kila mahali, mimi huwa naita wenzangu, makao huyu tunakaa naye katika Parliamentary Service Commission. Huwa namwambia, wewe ambia ndugu yangu, punguza, teremsha hasira, punguza boli. Because when you get angry, Shakespeare said, courage is not courage if you use it to hit your head against the wall. It is stupidity. Na tunataka tuwe na viongozi ambao wanajua the limit of where to go, what to say, where to say, how to say, and the impact on society. Na kama kuna mtu yeyote anataka kufuruga amani ya nchi, ikiwa ni mimi, nitolewe. Akiwa ni Makau, atolewe. Akiwa ni Kamene, atolewe. Ikiwa ni wewe, atolewe. Because we want peace for everybody. Nyinyi kama viongozi wa bunge, nataka kuwaomba na kuwashauri. Kila wakati mkipitisha sheria, murudi kwa wananchi, muwaeleze hii sheria mmepitisha, how does it impact on wananchi. Sasa mnaona wananchi wanauliza maswali mengi kuhusu transition from NHIF to SHIF. It's your duty. Nyinyi ndio mlipitisha hiyo sheria. Murudi kwa wananchi, mkae na MCS, mueleze, mkae na hawa viongozi wa dini kwa sababu kwa kanisa ndio wanaongea na wananchi, so that we have a seamless transition from NHIF to SHIF. Sisi tukija hapa, mimi sichakuja hapa kwa sababu mimi ni Muluya. Hata sijui kwa nini Mungu alinifanya nikazaliwa Muluya. Nilijikuta tu huko. But the most important thing ni sisi ni wa Kenya. Ukiwa hapa kama wewe ni Mkenya, ukisikia mtu amepigwa risasi kule Vanga, Kwale, au kule Turkana, unasikia uchungu kwa sababu ni Mkenya mwenzako. Sio vile ukisikia mtu amepigwa risasi kule China, the pain you feel is not the same pain you would feel if you are told mtu mmoja amekanyagwa pale Chumvi, amepigwa kule Garissa, kwa sababu ni Mkenya mwenzangu. Patriotic feeling. Na waomba wa Kenya, hasa viongozi, upunguze siasa ya kukata nchi yetu kikabila au kiregion. Kwa sababu katiba yetu inasema every Kenyan has a right to live on property and enjoy peace anywhere and everywhere in our country. Huo unatoka Masaku, huo unatoka Kitui, huo unatoka kule kwetu kwenye tunapenda Busuma na Ingoho, ukiwa unatoka Kisumu kwa kina Obor, ukimpatia chakula kama hakuna samaki si chakula. Ukija hapa kwenu kama hakuna mudhokoi hakuna chakula. Lazima tujue our diversity is the source of our strength. Na ndivyo tutaishi. Mumeambiwa hapa bishop wenu Kingo Wambua, si mnamjua? Yeye amekuwa bishop wetu Bungoma for 21 years. Tukikaa na yeye, na headquarter yake na kwangu nyumbani kwenye ninakaa, the difference ni kilomita 1. Tulikuwa tunatembeleana kila siku nikiwa nyumbani. Tunaketi, tunaongea. Yale alitufanyia kule, huwezi kujua si mtu alizaliwa huko. Alijenga makanisa, alijenga shule, aliunganisha watu, aliombea wagonjwa, alifanya kila kitu. Wakati alikuwa amehamishwa kuja Machakos, sisi zote kama viongozi wa Bungoma tulikusanyika katika stadium yetu ya Masinde Muliro. Tukakuwa na misa karibu 3 hours. Hawa Dr. Muhwana walileta ng'ombe, sijui hizo ng'ombe alipeleka wapi. Walileta ng'ombe, walileta wimbi, walileta kila zawadi. Na yake kanyaka Bungoma tunamkaribisha kama mtoto wetu. Na yeye sasa ndio bishop wenu. Nimeona jana Popa amemuongeza madaraka ingine kusimamia Machakos na Wote. Mtu mzuri lazima aongezewe. na mtu mkatili lazima apunguzwe. Tutembee vizuri, tutembee pamoja. Yale mazuri mnatakia Kalonzo, huyo ni rafiki yetu. You know, in a country, whether you are in opposition or in government, we have only one government, ambaye anaongozwa na President William Ruto. Na kama mnapitisha sheria ya NADCO, kama ndugu yangu Kalonzo atakuwa kiongozi wa upinzani, he will be a leader of opposition within the government of Kenya. Sisi ni kitu kimoja.
Na papo Aroma, mimi kama
That is the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, saying that a leader should not divide the regions. If you come from Ukambani, you come from Western, you come from Rift Valley, you come from Coast region, then you should just speak something that will unite Kenyans. Saying that the diversity is what brings peace into this country. That is Moses Wetangula. You know, he is the Speaker of the National Assembly, and today the Speaker, of course, allowed the impeachment proceedings to begin. So after a motion to start, things were in hot section whereby a lot of MPs were there and they voted for impeachment of Gachagua, the honest man. So that is the question I'm asking here. Do you really support the impeachment of Gachagua, and why? I can see Gibbs Ekone saying that Gachagua used to be a saint, not anymore. Check his looting from 2009 until now. Remember, Ruto doesn't like bigger looters than him. That is Gibbs Ekone saying that Ruto doesn't like big looters than him. This is not a frequent vote. That is a comment section. And also someone is saying that Gachagua says having Gen Z force, you can become a president early in the morning. That is awesome. Saying that I guess that is the reason he ran to Mombasa and meant a contradicting press address against his boss. Awesome is saying that if Gachagua is being supported by this Gen Z, then he's going to win. And of course, he ran to Mombasa to give a contradicting statement, supported the Jay-Z, and also saying that he thought a window had opened for him to ascend to power. Now it's time to him to reap what he sowed. Gibbs Ekone is saying that he is following the conversation. Juliet Barusi, welcome to Africa 24. Welcome to Africa 24. I've shared the link there. Gibbs Ekone saying that Gachagua was not to be a permanent DP. His tenure has expired. I'm not being emotional because of Gachagua, but you know, if you are in the shoes of the DP now, what would you do? Because he's going a lot. He's going through a lot. Because I have listened to even the second lady, Dorcas Gachagua, when she was speaking for the first time after the motion of impeachment of his of a honest man, that is Gachagua, and she really talked with a lot of emotions. Personally, I would not allow this if I was the president of the Republic of Kenya. And why do you think that William Ruto has decided to be quiet, not to respond to this? But the close friends of William Ruto are always giving speeches saying that they support impeachment of Gachagua. You heard Dismas Baraza saying that he should go. It is only a matter of time he should go. Yesterday, I also heard today I heard the Kapsaret MP, that is Oscar Sudi, saying that it is time for him to go. Hey, I've also seen Mwengi Mutuse. Mwengi Mutuse is a member of parliament from Mukambani and from Kibwezi East. He has really given a very explosive speech about impeachment of Gachagua. Do you really support the impeachment of the honest man? You can join us through the comment section there and tell us your views about impeachment of the honest man.
Mimi naomba hata Wakenya watusamehe sana. Wakati tulikuwa tunatafuta nani mwenye angekuwa running mate wa William Ruto, ndio baadaye tukishinda kura akuwe deputy president, kuna wengi ambao walikuwa wanaunga Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki. Lakini mimi nikiwa mmoja ya wale ambao waliingiliwa na shetani, tukaona hata kama Kindiki alikuwa ameshinda kura mingi, tukasema waje tupatiane huyu Rigathi Gachagua kwa sababu tuliona kidogo ni mzee, na wakasema penye mzee hapaharibiki maneno. Kumbe tu ni shetani alikuwa ametuingia, tukawacha naibu rais mzuri mwenye hapa hata na sura akiongea na wafadhili pesa wanaleta. Tukachagua mtu hata ukiangalia sura yake atafai kuwa naibu rais wa nchi ya Kenya. Hata akienda kuomba misaada kule kwa nchi ya nje ndio watupatiwi, because wanasema sasa mtu anakaa namna hii. Tukafanya makosa. Wakati hiyo alikuwa mtu ambaye alikuwa mnyenyekevu, alikuwa anakaa tu mzee. Nguo yenye alikuwa anavaa tu nguo kama mzee tu, ile pia kushona na unavaa na unatembea. Sisi tukaharibu maneno zaidi. Wakati alishinda kura akakuwa naibu rais, tukachukua yeye, tukabadilisha yeye tailor, tukaambia yeye ukinunua nguo unapunguza hapa ndiye fiti mwili yako. Wakati amenunua hizo manguo, hiyo tailor akamtengeneza, akaanza kuvaa fitting clothes, akapendeza kidogo, kiburi ikakuwa zaidi, akafikiri ndiye amefika. Sasa kuanzia kesho yule tailor ambaye tulikuwa tumemwambia unashonia Rigathi manguo, hiyo kazi wachana nayo, arudi kuvaa ile manguo yake ile ya zamani alikuwa anavaa zamani na akikaa ile Rigathi ya zamani. Tumechoka na hiyo mtu kabisa. Kwa sababu wewe boma ambayo inaenda vizuri ni boma ambayo mama na baba hata kama kuna tofauti wanaongelea ndani ya bedroom saa ile watoto wamelala. Lakini ukikuwa na boma ambayo mama anaenda kuongelea kwa soko, kwa barabara, anaenda kuongelea kwa chama, maneno ya nyumba, maneno ya mzee, boma hiyo huwa haiendi pale popote. Na ningependa kuwapongeza nyinyi wa mama wa Kimilili. Si ati kwamba ndoa zetu ziko sawa sawa kabisa, lakini maneno ile ambayo mnakuwa nayo kwa nyumba mnasuluhishia kwa bedroom, ama suluhishi nje. Nyinyi mko na akili nyingi zaidi kuliko ya Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Na muendelee namna hii. Kwa sababu ile maneno ambayo naibu rais amesema kila bahari ni maneno ambayo inabomoa nchi yetu hii. Huyo ni mtu mkabila kabisa. Na hatuwezi ruhusu mtu mkabila akwe yeye ndio anachair cabinet subcommittee meetings. Unajua cabinet subcommittee meetings ndio kamati ambayo inatoa agenda ya full cabinet meeting. Na yeye akiangalia kama iko kitu ya ile nyingine anaondoa. Kama iko maneno ya Nzoia, kama iko maneno ya stadium ya Bungoma, maneno ya barabara ya Bungoma, Rigathi Gachagua anararua achukura yenye tulipiga William Ruto ajaibu tosha kama ile kura ambayo watu ya Madira na watu ya Nyeri walipiga. Na ndio umeona yeye alikuwa anapinga na kuzuia pesa ya wakulima. Kwa sababu hiyo madeni ya Nzoia ya wakulima alisi watu wa Nyeri walikula hiyo miwa. Huyo mtu tumrelease kabisa, aenda afanye kazi yake ya kijiji huko Nyeri. Nyinyi mnasema huyo mtu aende ama asiende? Hiyo mswada ya kumpeleka nyumbani ikikuja bungeni, mimi nipige aende nyumbani ama asiende? Aende nyumbani. Haya, wewe Rigathi Gachagua umesikia, wananchi wa Kimilili wameniambia mimi nipige kura ya kukupeleka nyumbani. Kwa hivyo kuanzia leo kazi ni nyingi, masaa ndio machache. Ukitoka kwa ofisi kama uko na picha ya Pastor Dorcas unaondoa, unarudi naye nyumbani. Kama iko vitu zingine zako personal things ambazo umeweka kwa ofisi ya Deputy President, uondoe haraka upeleke nyumbani, kwa sababu kazi ni nyingi, masaa ndio machache. Kabla ya December Christmas atakuwa anakula Christmas kwa nyumba yake akiwa raia wa kawaida. That is what we have decided, and we are not going back. We will go forward.
Hey, Dismas Mbaraza is really speaking with a lot of pain that Gachagua is high time we go on so that they can get another person. And who think is going to be the next DP if at any point this motion goes through and Gachagua is impeached? Who's going to be the DP of the Republic of Kenya? There has been rumors that Kindiki is going to replace Gachagua, and he is the cabinet secretary for the Ministry of Interior Security in this country. So do you really support that Kindiki is going to replace Gachagua? I keep saying that he is asking me this question: do I support Gachagua? This is my opinion. It's not. I don't like it when someone gets that kind of treatment. He's a human being, and if at any point you are in power and then you get that kind of treatment, and why do you think that a lot of members of parliament hate Gachagua or they voted for yes for him to be beached by only going to the Mount Kenya region and speaking Kikuyu, by only saying that the Mount Kenya should always be protected? They were in the Lake region together with the president, and also in the Migori counties and also Kisii, and they were together. I never heard him speaking the Kikuyu language. So why do they want to impeach him? I think that is the question that we're asking here. Why do you think that they want to impeach Gachagua? Do you really support this? You can join us through this comment section there and tell us why you think this one is happening. And the honest man is under siege. Is it true that the honest man is being kegged for this political era? The fight is still on, and we're waiting to see the outcome of this thing. Nyambaya is on the stage here and is also saying pro impeachment. Nyambaya, welcome to Afrique 24, and I want you to give us a bit of intro and your take about this impeachment motion for the honest man. Do you support the impeachment of the honest man?
All right, so thank you so much, Bonnie. I hope you can be able to hear me. It's great to have joined you now. I know something is happening in the country that has never been witnessed for the last
Sauti, nakusikia uko chini sana.
I'm saying something is happening to this country that has never been witnessed for the very, very many years. And since we got on our 2010 constitution, initially we didn't have a deputy president. We used to have a vice president who will be appointed by the president at will and will be fired by the president at will. And in the history of this country, the first vice president, Jaramogi, only served for 2 years, but his case is different. Whereas the vice presidents that we saw used to be fired by the presidents. Jaramogi resigned from the position of the vice president. So after that, we had Moi, who was having vice presidents, and he would fire them maybe during the lunchtime news without even informing them. So this issue of vice president being fired, it's not something that is happening for the first time. The only difference is that we used to have a constitution that allowed the president to choose you as a vice president, and once he fails that you people are not serving the same agenda or your interests are different, then they would fire you. But the 2010 constitution gave us a deputy president who is elected together with the president and they can only be removed from office by the National Assembly and the Senate, meaning the president himself doesn't have powers to remove this person. So one of the functions of the members of parliament and the senators, apart from they are normally our representatives, they make and amend the laws, they oversight the executive, and they discuss matters maybe affecting the constituencies. One of their role is to impeach the deputy president and the president. So I think the initiative is good because what we are having, we cannot have a deputy president and a president who are not having the same agendas, who are just wasting a lot of time blaming each other and taking Kenyans into some political battles when we know it is not yet election. So the best thing is that we get away with the deputy president. Either we be without a deputy president or we get a deputy president who will work together with the president. So come 2027, the president will not tell us that unajua si kufanya kazi kwa sababu naibu wa rais alikuwa ananisumbua. You saw the same thing happened when the interest that Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto were serving changed. What did he do? He decided to, though with him he did not impeach him, but he decided to sideline him and allow him to go and do politics. Maybe William Ruto knows what happens when you allow your deputy president to go and do politics, what is going to cost the country as far as development is concerned, and somebody who is going to cost earn money without working for. So he decided that being that he was once a ghost deputy president who earned money without working. He doesn't want that one to happen. So the best thing is to impeach the deputy president. And it was evident. You saw over almost 300 members of parliament signed the petition. And I'm sure that one is going to reflect when it comes for the time of voting on the floor. So they want to tell you that this is somebody who was not in good relationship. No, numbers is important. You cannot be a deputy president who cannot even convince a quarter of the elected members of parliament, including the ones that are elected from your backyard, the ones that you campaigned for. So then it means there must be something wrong with you. When Uhuru Kenyatta differed with William Ruto, actually you will find that these people divided loyalty almost half-half at a point whereby William Ruto had more people who are elected compared to the president himself. So that one tells you that William Ruto, there's a way he used to coordinate with these other leaders, unlike Gachagua. So Gachagua is left with nobody. There is nobody who is supporting him. Almost everybody is signing, and the ones who are not signing are the ones who don't want to, maybe they don't want to take positions for fear of intimidation, or maybe they fear they don't want. You know, there's some people they just want to sit on the fence. They don't want to their stand to be known for their political, maybe the people who are not bold enough. There are some political cowards like Mohammed Gichopem. So such kind of people in such a society, we don't need to have them. So me, I support what is happening. Let Gachagua be impeached. We don't want the president to give us an excuse 3 years later that something did not happen because the deputy president was supporting him.
Yeah, that is West submission from Leo Nyabaya, saying that he support the impeachment of Gachagua, joined by Kenya Revolutionary here in the studio. Welcome, Kenya Revolutionary, and of course, I'm very sure you have been seeing what is happening in the UEFA Champions League. Don't forget that the Blues are on top, number 3. What is your take about the impeachment motion of Gachagua? And welcome to Africa 24. And of course, you are one of our loyal followers here. There's the Kenya Revolutionary amepotea. Anyway, Gibson is saying that you didn't feel sorry for Ruto when Uhuru mistreated, and also saying that you are too emotional, almost supporting Tottenham Hotspurs. No, I don't support Tottenham Hotspur. That is not my team. I'm just trying to be real. I'm not trying to be a human being, because this is something that is very bad. And of course, as a human being, you cannot go through all this. That is a Gachagua impeachment motion. Do you really support the impeachment of Gachagua? If you really support for this, then you can join us and tell us here in Africa 24. You have even heard the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, saying he doesn't want to hear anyone who is trying to divide the regions, someone who doesn't value the unity of this country. And we need to have someone who is respectful to uniting this country.
Mr. Speaker, Kenyans will be shocked. Indeed, Kenyans will be very shocked when we finally unravel and demonstrate the grounds and the supporting evidence. I therefore, through you, Mr. Speaker, humbly request the House Business Committee to allocate me ample time at the time of moving the motion, so that Kenyans can appreciate in detail the injustices that have been committed against them by the person of the Deputy President. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I beg to give notice of the special motion and to lay the said documents on the table of the House. And if you allow, Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, please allow me to highlight the following.
Order.
Mr. Speaker, I am a Christian, and I often read the Bible. And the Holy Bible, in the book of Proverbs 29 verse 16, says as follows: when the wicked are in authority, sin flourishes. But the godly, and mark the godly in small g, will live to see their downfall. That is the Holy Book as contained in the...
Hey, That is Mwengi Mutuse. Kenya Revolution, do you hear me? I think we are having problems with the Kenya Revolutionary. You'll be back when you are here to give us your ideas about what is happening in this country, Kenya. That is Mwengi Mutuse, and is one of the MPs in the Ukambani region. And he is saying that it is high time now. They say Gachagua must go. I've also seen Dr. Alfred Mutua posting on his X platform saying Gachagua must go. He is the CS currently in the government, and I have read the comment from Kenyans, and really, Kenyans are complaining. You know, Kenyans, they always take everything too personal. They take everything too personal, and they were saying that you should not comment something like that to your boss. You should always be respectful to your boss. That is Dr. Alfred Mutua after saying that Ruto must go. That is Gachagua must go after what is happening, and is supporting his fellow from Kambanda region, Mwenge Mutuse, who said he has a lot of evidence to prove that it is high time Gachagua must go. In the period of 2 years, where do you think they are getting this evidence from? And why do you think the MPs voted for impeachment of Gachagua? Even Sabina Chege was one of the MPs who voted for that. A shock for Kenyans. So you can join us and you give us your ideas on why do you think this really happened. Of course, Morara Kebaso was released today with a cash bill of 50,000, and a lot of people really marched from Milimani to Nairobi CBD, saying that they are celebrating the free of rights. Is it right? Ama ni Morara Kebaso?
Na wengine wakapatikana kwa mto, ameua watoto wa watu. Mtoto wa miaka 8 amepigwa risasi. Ruto anauliza kama bado anaishi. Ruto ni mnyama, si mnyama? Mimi nataka niwaambie hivi wa Kenya, sio lazima Ruto afike 2027. Si wametuzoea. Sasa sikiza niwaeleze story. Mimi juzi nilikuwa Bomet. Nilipotoka Bomet nilikuwa Kericho. Huko walitenga 223 million pesa ya Wakenya ati wanajenga.
Is he going to win the election in 2027?
Hello?
I think we are having a lot of problems together with the network from Leo and the Kenya Revolutionary. But that is Morana Kebaso. Kebaso
Who said you're having Who said you're having network problem for me? Bonnie, can you hear me? Bonnie, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Who can you hear?
Bonnie,
can you proceed? Can you proceed, Kenya Revolutionary?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you, Kenya, loud and clear.
Kenya Revolutionary, I can equally hear you. And okay. I know Kenya Revolutionary. Okay, just proceed.
No, go ahead and finish what you want to say.
Proceed, Kenya Revolutionary.
Nyebaya wanted to finish a sentence. He knows something.
I thought you did not want to talk. I just want to get your opinion on this kind of impeachment. I know most of those Kenyans who are in diaspora. I don't want to comment on the video that has just played right now of that con artist called Morara Kibaso. I hope you'll agree with me. And when I talk of con artists, Kenyans are so vulnerable. Just like we see con pastors like Kanyari and people like the General Nganga and their greatest con artist, the President William Ruto. So I see so many people are trying to tell us that people like Kebaso, uh, uh, who told us that they are tribeless and partyless. Today I heard they are registering a party called Inject. I don't know what changed and what have made them maybe to go to a step ahead and register a party, which of course is going to have a partyless. So they finally agreed with other Kenyans that you cannot be partyless or you cannot be leaderless. But, so I just want to get to know your take on this kind of impeachment that is taking place in Gachagua. Despite the fact that I don't agree with everything that William Ruto is doing, I never voted for him, and even if people are to vote, I will still not vote for him. But me, I do feel that we cannot manage to have a problem maybe get worse than it was. So it's better we do away with Gachagua, because the existence of Gachagua, I really looked at that 72, is it 72 page impeachment document by that not wiper, sorry, but the Maendeleo Chap member of parliament from Kibwezi. Of course, Kibwezi is a certain poor constituency where women and children still line up to fetch water in the same wells that the cows and the goats also getting water from. That on aside, but if you look at that document, the type of proxy companies that are owned by Gachagua's family and how they are benefiting and getting money from the government, it's better we remain with one thief than having two thieves who are really milking this country and pretending that they are serving the interest of their own places called Mulima Kenya. Yet we know that this country have got so many mountains. You not only have Mount Kenya, even in your area in Kisumu, despite the fact that you are having planes in Kano that keep on killing your people as you enjoy life in America, there are some small hills there that if you people can be able to round them off to the nearest mountains, you can also have your own mountain. So I support the impeachment of Gachagua. And Boni has said that people are castigating Alfred Mutua. Alfred Mutua, apart from being a cabinet secretary, it's a matter of fact that he's a party leader of Maendeleo Chap, and the person who moved the impeachment bill is from his party. So it tells you that he's also having some vested interest in it. Either he's being used or he's genuinely trying to save Kenya from the tragedy that we are having. And he can also not run away from politics. Despite the fact that he's a cabinet secretary, he's also commenting on his own capacity as Alfred Mutua, the husband of the former husband of Lillian. So we also need to respect his personal opinion. We saw people like Eugene Wamalwa, who are cabinet secretaries, forming parties and campaign for Raila Odinga and campaign with Uhuru Kenyatta until last minute. So our constitution is talking of having people who are not partisan, people who are not participating in politics, but those ones are just papers. Just like some people are trying to argue Gachagua cannot be impeached if not maybe committed some gross whatever. They're forgetting that the Senate and the National Assembly, Kenya Revolutionary will agree with me and maybe tell us more. They act like a quasi court, and their decision is really part of law unless maybe proven otherwise by a competent court of law. So they can even make a wrong decision and impeach the deputy president without sufficient evidence. But the rest is now going to be left for the courts to go and maybe try to see whether it was constitutional or not constitutional. But as long as they follow the due process, I know the court system that we have in Kenya. If I was Gachagua, I would resign, because if he allows himself to be impeached, then that one means he's killing himself politically. He's going to join the group of people I've been seeing him working with, like Waititu. And I sympathize with Kalonzo for deciding to join hands with Gachagua, or maybe to support him right now. Yet he knows very well that Gachagua, maybe he's hoping that Gachagua is going to be impeached and he will use that one to bargain and get some votes from Mount Kenya, which is really, 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 it's like joining Manchester United from Chelsea. It's really fatal. So let me stop there.
Kenya Rebel, you can give us your opening remarks and what do you say about Gachagua impeachment?
Yeah. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, loud
You are
and clear.
audible. You are audible.
Okay. First of all, we are going to finish above Arsenal. So with that said, I hope they lose today to PSG. Man City is also useless, so we are going to win the league. But let me get to the topic. I don't think Gachagua will be impeached. He won't be impeached because in order to impeach him, I think after they vote him out, I think they have the numbers going by Gabriel Oguda's picture that he posted in his Twitter page showing the number of MPs and senators who are really signed committing that they'll impeach him. So even if they vote him out, it has to go to a committee that has to review or ascertain the truth as to whether those grounds for impeachment are really what they are. If you can remember, that's the same thing that happened with Linturi. I mean, everyone knew Linturi is corrupt, and they voted him out. There was enough senators and whatever who voted him out. Then they went to that committee. I think it's 11-panel committee, and they came back and told us that, oh no, there's no evidence that this man actually did, sold us fake fertilizer. So it will go there because in order to do that, they have to prove that Gachagua actually stole money or whatever the case is, because they've been saying that Gachagua has been stealing money since the days he was a DO. Now, if the court did not find him guilty, then I don't think that committee will uphold that impeachment process. So my gadget is dying here, so let me be very quick. I have 3%. Let me try to recharge it. But yeah, so I think this is, to me, in my personal opinion, and I might be wrong, I think it's a circus. I've been saying this is a game that is being played both by Ruto and Gachagua. It is meant to heighten ethnic tensions, political tension between the two communities, three to be exact, because Kaluma and Robert Alai are doing a good job chest thumping about now Luos are handling the money at the treasury through Obadi, or Nani Mbadi. And of course, you can see the people of Mount Kenya, some of them are saying, oh, Raila ameingia hapo sasa mtu wetu ametolewa.
Us humility, you have shown us integrity, you're not abrasive, you're very genuine. Those are qualities that we all want to
Revolutionary,
from you. We were last together in must have been March, in the month of March. Apo Emmanuel.
I know you're getting me. I just wanted to remind you that the process of impeachment, if you've been following any other impeachment that have been taking place, we are having two options. We can have a select committee of the 11 member or whichever member that the House will agree on, and we also have what is called a plenary. We can have a committee of the whole House whereby this thing is being done in the parliament when all members are present, or they can have a plenary with the selected few. But I don't think that is going to be the case. The voting is normally the last thing that is done. So the voting that you saw happening when the deputy governor of Sierra was impeached, the committee, of course, recommended for his impeachment. But now the final decision was by the members of parliament, the whole committee of the whole House, to either agree with the committee's report or disagree with the committee's report. So in this case, if the committee agrees, maybe they have a select committee and the committee finds that it is fit and the evidence and the claims have been verified and they approved and they warrant an impeachment, then the House will have to either vote to agree with it or to disagree with it, which in either way, the decision lies with the members of the assembly. So if the 291 who signed will not maybe disappoint and turn out on the voting day, then we can count it done. So the only thing that can save Gachagua is the court when he goes to the court of appeal to appeal the decision that is going to be made by the parliament. That is why, if you listen to him yesterday, he said that his lawyers are already preparing to challenge this. He's already been given 2 hours to defend himself. That is on 8th October. And we are going to have a public participation in all the 47 counties on 4th of October. I know you're not in Kenya, so you don't have an opportunity to present your views in your respective county. So that is where I normally tell those Kenyans in diaspora that there are some decisions that they can only shout and yell on Twitter and tap on TikTok and maybe Facebook and wherever. But like on 4th, we Kenyans are going to have an opportunity to go and give our views on this
Can I respond?
impeachment in our respective counties.
Can
This is what is going to happen. Maybe, yes, you can respond.
Yeah. Actually, I can still participate. I can email my my MP. Public participation is just, you don't have to be there physically. You can email someone. You can go listen to Tiende Omolo. He explains that to Sholei. You can email, you can call.
Do you think your MP will listen to you?
Yes. And do you think, so do you think if you go there physically, he's going to listen to you? You remember that Molo MP when he said, "Thank you very much for you guys showing up, but really, thank you for showing up, but we've already made up our mind about the finance bill." I'm just using that as an example, just to try to tell you that public participation does not mean that you only have to show there physically. You can email, you can call, you can, fax. But regardless, anyway, to your other point, yes, the committee has to verify that the grounds of this, because now they have to provide the grounds of termination, impeachment. So if they're saying he's corrupt, he's owned these companies, you can own companies, whether it's through proxy companies or whatever the case is. But is it legal? And if they're illegal, was he brought to court and was he found guilty? If not, then they don't have a case. And that's why he has his lawyers too who are advising him. So even if they want to make a political decision to just get rid of him, he can go to court and the court will say, hey, listen, he has never been found guilty of this corrupt deals. So you can't use that reason to impeach him. That's why I'm saying it's most likely he's not going to be impeached. I'm saying this is just a choreographed way by Ruto and Gachagua. They're in the same thing. It's a whole big game. And Raila, they're both playing games to distract you from, because now no one is talking about Ruto must go. Now everyone is concentrating on Gachagua must go. No one is talking about Adani. No one is talking about the shift that was actually implemented today, supposed to be implemented today. No one is talking about that. We are only talking about Kebaso and Gachagua. You see what I'm saying? So we are slowly being lulled into things that will not even help us as wananchi. So to get excited about our political, go ahead. Unmute. Nyabaya, unmute.
Nyabaya,
shown us humility, you have shown us integrity, you're not abrasive, you're very genuine. Those are qualities that we all want to copy from you. We were last together in, must have been March, in the month of March, hapo Emmanuel Bahati, pamoja pia na rais. Na rais pia lakini unajua amekuwa kule UN, he's actually on his way back. Karibu afike na mkiona tukitoka ni kwenda kumpokea kwa airport. Your footprint in our city has been felt from Mlango Kubwa, James, to here. And we must thank you. And I hope once you retire, you will still be available for us. I hope you'll be available for leadership positions, for boards. Nimona million for the year, na sasa umeacha at 100 million. That is a 457% increase in revenue. So kikupatia appointment ya revenue board, tafadhali usikatae. unaweza kutusaidia hapo, unaweza tusaidia kuokota, because you Oginde kule EACC, they leave a strong mark. So asante sana, najua tumechoka, sitasema mengi zaidi. Lombo tofu, si ndio hiyo? Kwa yangu mnajua kawaida vile nawapenda. I think they were number 2. Number 1 in the first edition of the Battle of the Choirs walipata pesa yao taslimu, ilikuwa milioni ngapi? 2 million. Hawaku perform mzuri sana. They didn't compete. I think PCA Kahawa Farmers ya kule Roysambu. Mwaka ujao Battle of the Choirs, this time Madalanga, this choir must perform. Because kawaida unasema because you're a judge, they're not allowed to perform. Na wanaona watu wengine wanaenda na pesa. So edition of the Battle of the Choirs. Our Bishop Joel, vile watoto walisema, wale wa brigade wakiwa hapa, walisema he who 16, that is my prayer for you. And yes, Archbishop, we want a prayerful city. We're going to support the activities. The vision for our city comes from Jeremiah 33:9. Jeremiah 33:9, we say that give you renown, shall give you praise and glory when others see what you've done for our city. That is our prayer for Nairobi. Support, we shall waive the charges. Kama ni Uhuru Park mnataka mtatumia bure, kama ni kwenda wapi na wapi nitawapatia waivers. Hiyo mziki, but muendelee pia kutuombea. Tunashukuru Mungu kwa miaka miwili ambao tumekuwa kwa kiti, what is been able to do for us in Nairobi County. We've had issues of water for a long time. Tumefurahia kwamba sasa we are going to receive 140 million liters additional this week. Northern Collector was stuck. We have been able to unlock it. And many more things that we thank God. Hawa watoto ambao unawasalimia wako na furaha sana because leo 310,000 children are eating every day at 5 shillings only. 310,000. Tumejenga jikoni 17 kwa kaunti yetu. 1 out of 4 children were missing school because of hunger. But leo Nairobi, wakati wa shule hautapata street boys huko nje, wako shuleni wote because they are eating. 5 shillings is almost free. So we thank God for that blessing and for much more that He's been able to do for us. Our Bishop Joel Waweru, now that you have retired, or you're retiring on the 4th as a bishop of this diocese. Na sasa nimejua niko na diocese 3. Niko na ya All Saints, niko na hii ya Nairobi na pia Mount Kenya South. Hiyo pia ni diocese yetu. But I will have to hand over to you the freedom of the city. The freedom of the city means that now as an exalted leader in this city, vitu ndogo kama parking haufai kulipa. So utanipatia number plates. Freedom of the city means that now he is recognized in our Hall of Fame. Mayor Ladwa walikuwa na piananga vile alikuwa mayor. The keys to the city. So Kanjo Florence, umeona? Huyu asisumbuliwe pale popote. You will give us the number plates ya magari yako ambayo unahitaji, inaekwa kwa system, no parking fees for you until the day you stop using a car. So may God bless you. Sio ni jambo ya maana? Bishop wetu waheshimiwe, si ndio? Ya mwisho kabisa, watu wa Nairobi, we promised you people that we are going to have a city of order. Si ndio hiyo? We are working hard to restore it. Leo nimekuja, I don't even like the state that this road is in. The issues of garbage and waste collection. We are going to restore it without political considerations. So I want to assure you Nairobians, mkiona tumetoa amri ama njia ya kufanya vitu tufuate. Na mimi siwezi songa nyuma kwa sababu ya siasa. I will do the right thing because if you want to be popular throughout, you will never do anything in this city of Nairobi. Si ni kweli? So hiyo siasa ingine itakuja huko mbele, but we are going to continue doing the right thing, cleaning our streets, making sure the matatus are where they're supposed to be, where our traders are where they're supposed to be. Last year, 52 women died in Londiani because of selling on the road. When I choose to move people from the road, watu wanaita siasa. Sitakubali siasa hiyo. We're going to do the right thing for the people of our city because that is when we'll be judged. Our former provost to All Saints, Samuel Wanaina, you were in my office in May, and you came to see me. You're a good friend, I thank you. He's now advisor to the Archbishop of Canterbury. When you came, you told me the same thing, that always do the right thing with the right conscience. I am telling you, I am still doing that with the right conscience. Ile mambo ingine nimesikia mmesema, Archbishop, it is true. Kenyans want a break from the politics. And we are sure, nikiangalia hii kanisa tuko na kabila zote hapa. Si ni kweli? Huku Nairobi kuna ukosefu ya maji ya Wajaluo, tofauti na Wakikuyu. Kuna portal ya Wakamba. Our problems are the same as a city of Nairobi. The same pain Mama Njeri feels when she can't feed a child is the same as Mama Akinyi. We want our people to remain united without tribalism in our city and our country. We are one people. There's more that unites us than divides us. And that is what we believe in. So please don't worry about the politics you're seeing going on. Hiyo ambayo inakuja bunge next week na huko kwingine, don't worry. Let the politicians settle their politics, because politics is part of us. But I want to assure you that we are going to have a united country devoid of tribal politics. No one chose where they were born, and no one chose which family they were in. No one chose which tribe. All our communities in Kenya, 43, deserve recognition and space in our country. And that is the Kenya that we want to build. And the epicenter of that unity is this Makadara constituency. Makadara is the most cosmopolitan. So tukifanya kitu, hata mzee wangu Matere, haizi kuwa ukifanya kitu pande hii unasema ati Wajaluo watakuwa na shida, usiguse mto. Ukifanya hivi unaambiwa usiguse Rift Valley, usiguse Mtaro ama inaitwa aje. Ukifanya ingine unaambiwa usiguse mlima. Everyone must follow the rules in this country so that we have a united Kenya. Wangapi wanakubaliana na hiyo? Si mnakubaliana na hiyo? Niko na zawadi ya Bishop Joel. Rais amenituma na zawadi, na sijui kama nitakupa hapa ama nitakupa baadaye, ili najua kuna vitu siku hizi hataki kuona, but niko na 2 milioni yako from His Excellency the President. Alisema zamani watu wakiretire walikuwa wanapatiwa wheelbarrow, si ndio hiyo? Ili wakienda retire wawe na wheelbarrow ya kazi. Zile manyumba tunajenga Nairobi, wheelbarrow ndio imejaa.